Hello everybody, hope you're all safe and well. This would be class number 2, video 1 for guitar 1. And I'm going to do a couple things in this video. One will be review the theory for naming the notes on your guitar, and then doing the notes, actually naming the notes on all 6 strings up to the 12th fret. And then I'll do the natural scale in first position, which is found on page 25 of the Disler book. I believe page 11 or 12. Let me confirm that. I think it's 12. Yes, the first chart is on page 12 that I'm going to do in the first half of the video. And you can fill that in. And as I said, I'll send along a reference sheet with all the notes filled in so you can double check your work and your practice. So a couple of things before I start. One is I wanted to show this concert style body. This was one of the subjects that came up as we were describing different styles of guitars. This is a Gibson LGO, and it is basically like an orchestra model or a O series, 0 series, 00 series guitar that Martin and Gibson both make, and other companies too, but it's just an example of a steel string guitar that doesn't have a very big body, and it still meets the body at the 14th fret. Some of these smaller guitars like this, this has a full-size scale length, but smaller body. Some of these actually meet the 12th fret at the body, so you can see the double dot is a few frets away there. So this meets at the 14th fret. So in order to review the theory for naming the notes, we would say first that the alphabet is A, B, C, D, E, F, G in music, and it doesn't really have a beginning or an end. You could start on any of those letter names and continue on. We then determined what a half step was, which was the distance of 1 fret on our guitar, and what a whole step was, which is the distance of 2 frets on our guitar. And then we assigned that spacing to the letter names. We said that if you have a statement that we could make overall about the letter names, that all of them are a whole step apart, except for B and C and E and F, which are only a half step apart. So B and C and E and F will always be next to each other on the guitar. So A, B, C, D, E, F, G, half steps 1 fret, whole steps 2 frets. All of the letter names are a whole step apart except B and C and E and F, which are a half step apart. And then the last piece of information I would need is the string names in order that I start on the correct letter name and apply the spacing from there. So again, just as a little review, 6th string, lowest in sound, fat string, E, 5th string, A, 4th string, D, getting higher in sound, E, A, D, and then on the treble side I have number 3, G, number 2, B, and number 1, E. So if I was to go up the 6th string here and name the notes, I would have E, a half a step to F, a whole step to G on the 3rd fret, a whole step to A, a whole step to B, a half a step to C, a whole step to D, and then a whole step to E, which is that double dot octave. Same note as the starting open E, 1 octave higher or 1 scale higher. This note actually vibrates twice as fast as the open E, and that's why they sound like a similar letter name. There is a mathematical relationship between those notes. If I were to continue on above the 12th fret too, if I haven't said this already, it would be a half a step to F, a whole step to G, a whole step to A, and a whole step to B, and a half a step to C. So basically it just repeats the same spacing from the E, same as it did from the open string. Now one of the things I like to do with the class is get them practicing rhythms while you're doing this. So if I were to play the next string A and play them in whole notes, I would let each note ring for 4 beats and try to prepare the next note and play right on beat 1. So they're groups of 4 beats, and you strike the note on beat 1. So I'll give you an example of how that works. I'll count in 4, and I'm going to do the 5th string now. open A, and I'll start with the A letter name. 1, 2, 3, 4. A, 2, up a whole step to B, and B, 2, 3, half step to C, 1, 2, 3, whole step to D, 2, 3, a whole step to E, and 1, 2, 3, half step to F, 2 and 3, whole step to G, and 1, 2, 3, whole step to A, 2, 3, 4. So notice I'm sort of bobbing my head or tapping my foot to keep those beats. Let's do the D string, the fourth string. 1, 2, 3, 4. D. 2. Second fret is E. Third fret is F. That's a half step, whole step to G. And 1, 2, 3, whole step to A. Whole step to B, 1 and 2, 3, half step to C, and a whole step to D. 2, 3, 4. I'm going to do the G string now. 1, 2, 3, 4. G, whole step to A, 3, 4. Whole step to B, 3, 4. Half step to C, whole step to D, 1 and 2, 3, whole step to E, and a half step to F, 1, 2, 3, and I arrive at G at the 12th fret, 2, 3, 4. Now I'll do the open B string. 1, 2, string number 2, here we go. 1, 2, first fret is C. 2, third fret is D. 2, 3, whole step to 5th. That's E. 2, 3, half step to F. 2, 3, whole step to G. 2, 3, whole step to A. 2, 3, and whole step to B. 2, 3, 4. Open E will be next. 1, 2, 3, 4. E, 2, 3, 4. First fret is F. 2, 3, 4. G, 2, 3, whole step to A. 2, 3, 4. Whole step to B. 2, 3, half step to C. 2, 3, 4, and 10th fret is D. That was a whole step. And 12th fret is E. I'm going to go backwards again just to illustrate it's the same. D is down a whole step. 3, 4. C was down a whole step. 3 and 4, half step. That's B. 3, 4, whole step to A. 2, 3, 4, and G. 2, 3, 4, and F. 2, 3, 4, and E. 2, 3, 4. So I think the sooner you can start playing in rhythm, the better. So you can do these exercises in rhythm and start to apply that coordination that needs to happen between both hands. So the other thing I wanted to do in this particular video is lay out the first position natural scale from the Disler book. This is on page 25. Your Hal Leonard book only shows half of the scale on page 11. Again, a little bit of a shortcoming in that text where we have the full scale listed in Disler as well as the notation. So that page 25 is the one I'm really encouraging you guys to memorize the notes and the fingering. And I'll just walk through it out of rhythm at first. And I want you to remember now we're using in first position 1 finger per fret. So on the E string, I have open E, first fret is F, third fret is G, and then I'm gonna stop there because A can be played on the next string open. So I'm on the 5th string now, open, that's A, whole step to B, and a half step to C. Those were played with my second and third fingers. So instead of going up the string, I'm going to go to D next, open. Up a whole step with my middle finger is E. A half step to F. Open G would be next. So I'm going to the next string, 3. Open, that's G. Second fret is A. And that's all we're going to do on the G string, just G and A, and then open B is next. That second string open, first fret is C, third fret is D, open E, which is up a whole step, but I'm going to play it on the next string. So whether I cross the string or go up the string, I still have the distance of a whole step. D to E is a whole step, F is first fret, and G is third fret. Now I'm going to go backwards, G, F, open E. Now I go down to my third finger on the second string. That's D. C is first finger. Open B. Now I'm going to the G string, second fret. Open G. Third fret is F of the D string. This is string number 4. Third finger F. E. Open D, and now I change strings again. I start on the highest note of the 5th string in my first position scale. That would be a C, third fret, third finger, second fret, second finger is B, open A, changing strings to low G, first fret F, and open E. I'll go up and down in rhythm this time. In whole notes, letting each note ring for 4 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4. E, 2, 3, 4. F, 2, 3, 4. G, 2, 3, 4. A, 2, 3, 4. B, 2, 3, 4. C, 2, 3, 4. D, 2, 3, 4. E, 2, 3, 4. F, 2, 3, 4, G, 2, 3, 4, A, 2, 3, 4, B, 2, 3, 4, C, 2, 3, 4, D, 2, 3, 4, E, 3, 4, F, 2, 3, 4, G, 2, 3, 4, G, 2, 3, 4, F, 2, 3, 4, E, 2, 3, 4, D, 3, 4, C, 2, 3, 4, B, 2, 3, 4, A, 2, 3, 4, G, 2, 3, 4, F, 2, 3, 4, E, 2, 3, 4, D, 2, 3, 4, C, 2, 3, 4, B, 2, 3, 4, A, 2, 3, 4, G, 2, 3, 4, F, 2, 3, 4, and E, 2, 3, 4. So I was talking to the class 2 again about making this a point to memorize this first position scale. If you're going to do any reading on the guitar in first position, you need to know where those letters are at. So just practicing this up and down without any music at this point is a really good idea. Getting to know your fretboard and the notes above those open strings right in this first position area is imperative. So ask yourself questions like, where is the low G, the middle G, and the high G? Where is the F, low, middle, and high? And what letter names do I only have 2 of in first position? Like A, for example. Played the wrong string there. Open A, and second fret A on the G string. 2 B's, 2 C's, 2 D's, open fourth, and a D on the B string. So if there's a letter name on the 6th string first position scale, E, F, or G, there are 3 pitch classes of that note. There's a low one, a middle, and a high. Once you get to A, we'll only have 2 letter names on each of the letters in that position. Okay, guys, so get that one memorized because the reading's coming, and the sooner you get comfortable with where those notes are at, the easier it's going to be to connect the notes to your fretboard. Thanks. Stay safe. We'll talk to you soon.